Hey guys, this season on My Cramp Garage, we're going to be attempting to turbocharge the Yamaha Bolt.
My cramp garage is all good. Too much stuff.
For the Yamaha Bolt, we've already started unbolting the exhaust and shielding covers. It came with an aftermarket intake, so we'll be taking that off to try and fab up something new. The first challenge would be trying to figure out orientation of the turbocharger and where we're going to cut and reuse the existing exhaust to mount it. The trick with this is getting the orientation right. Luckily, we can unbolt the exhaust housing and the intake housing in order to clock the turbo to get the right orientation. We want to maintain the intake tube sticking straight up with the waste going down and into the oil dipstick, which we still need to fab up. So when we started this project, we kind of wanted to keep as much of the stock exhaust intact and reused as possible. A couple of reasons would be just because we wanted to work with what we had. We already had really good bracketry to bolt up the exhaust of the engine, and we wanted to use that to make headers out of it. The other thing is we wanted to use the stock muffler, kind of keep it, quiet and not too loud, even though, the turbo kind of makes it loud in its own right. So. Cool trick when you're trying to cut exhaust the way we're cutting it, not with the chop saw but with the grinder, is to wrap a zip tie around it, mark it out. That way you get a nice circular, and everything matches up for your cut. So my recommendation is to do that if you're trying to be precise. It saved us quite a bit of work.
And here I'm just cleaning up some cuts, Gotta make those nice and clean for the welder. I've seen lots of people try to weld stuff that isn't clean, and it just doesn't work. You just want it to look really nice. I'm glad I didn't sand my beard off, though. That could have definitely happened. Here and I, Brian, are talking about the gooch and what exactly we're going to do with it. We're just coming up with ideas. And it's nothing like watching yourself have a high-speed gooch conversation.
I think
bends are we going to use with this existing exhaust pipe to make the turbo sit where we want it to sit. You'll notice we have the two exhaust pipes hooked up already, kind of in the idea of where we want them, and then just trying to figure out angles more than anything.
Yeah, you know, I mean, guys with tubing benders, this is a lot easier. I mean, it gives you the angle reading, and you can, you know, use test pieces and stuff like that. But when you're trying to save money by using pre-existing bends off of exhaust that you just cut up, it can be a little bit tricky. You end up using your eyeballs a lot, and you know, if your eyeballs are no good, then your project might end up kind of goofy. But, you know, we made it work.
There's the zip tie marking out the lines and stuff like that, so you get a nice circular template for your chopping, and that way everything's nice and square, and it works out really well. I really advise that method if you are able to do it.
Just for FYI, this is the only time I've ever done that. I always use my eyeballs. I just, it's Brian's project. I don't want to screw it up, so always the eyeballs.
is the sun bright as the earth begins to breathe. I will sing this song, I will right this wrong, I will sing it back. I will ignore your sadness. I will ignore your madness. Really far away from. And I can't take your sadness. And I will ignore your madness. Really far away from me.
Hey guys, so you just watched this portion of the bike, or of the exhaust, be built. Right now it's wrapped, so it's a little difficult to tell, but it comes into a Y right here, and then from there goes up into the turbo flange. On the next episode, you will see us assembling more of the exhaust and trying to get it to match up nicely so that all the angles line up and everything looks good.
Hello, video watching folk. If you like the videos thus far, please hit like and subscribe. And just a little preview on the finished product. It's very